Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing something I barely ever have done on my channel. I think I did it one time if you look back in the history books, but it is tape and extensions. And the reason I'm doing this is because I have a big announcement coming at the end of this video. So this is my client, and we took her from blonde to brunette about several months ago. And it was funny because the winter had a really solid blonde level 9 brassy hair. We were just maintaining that, and she got to the point where, it was either get extensions and, the upkeep of that, or keep the blonde with her natural texture and how her hair wasn't growing or anything. So she wanted to take the healthier approach, and she's on a budget like most of us are. So it was either blonde and keep going with that, or tone her down, go brunette, get her a little bit healthier, and get extensions. So that's what we did. And because her hair is so fine, and I was only offering tape-ins at this point in time, this is what we opted to go with. So here you can see I'm removing them. It's a very simple process. It's very strong tape that holds well but doesn't get stuck. And it's basically two pieces of hair that are sandwiched in between your natural hair. So think of a baby light I do for a very small face frame highlight. That will be the amount of hair, or a little bit more, that goes in between these two pieces of hair. As you can see, there's tapes all around her head. Best thing about tape-ins that I like, it's fun to mix and match colors. It's great for fine-haired people. It's great for people who don't necessarily have a lot of hair. It's fine for just so many different reasons, and it's very simple. So you see, I sprayed it down. I let it sit. I work my way through the head, just spraying the remover. And then after about 5 minutes, I go back where I was in the beginning and start taking my comb in the corner, and just look how easy they just rip apart. It comes right out. It doesn't pull your hair that much. No hair is ripping out of your head unless the person's doing incorrectly. But when you do see some hair on the comb, that is normal. This is where people have it in their mind that extensions are very bad for your hair, because you see hair on the comb, you see the hair coming out when you remove them. That's because that hair was shedding and had nowhere to go. All right, guys, so we took our extensions out, as you can see. Show them how long your hair is, babe. And that color matches perfectly. After we took her brunette, we never had to touch it again. These are all the extensions. It's a lot of hair. And during the summertime, a hint is to make sure that you use extra remover. I soak them, because in the hot humidity, especially here in New York, the tape will melt together, and it's hard to re-tape, and it's also hard to remove. I'm gonna show you how I do it. So yes, I am in New York, and when the tape is heated up throughout the humidity and throughout the hot summer days, and on top of that against your scalp, it does melt and stick a little bit more because of the heat from your scalp, the sun beating down on your head, all that stuff. But it's also very hard to get out. That's why I use extra spray. I use the dedicated takedown, which goes with Jesse's extensions, and the tape. It's all paired to work well together. I'm sure you can use it on another brand, but it works wonderful with her hair. And then there's a little bit of residue, if there is any, which there rarely ever is. I spray a little bit on the hair, and I just comb through, work it through, and you don't even have to wash their hair if they came just to get a retape and move up. You can literally take them out. It dries down in 10 minutes and re-put them back in the hair, and you're good to go. With her, she's a natural level 6, so we did a 4 on her base. So this is where I take it upon myself to go mix up her color, her root color. I always use a demi-permanent. I usually will use shades EQ 4N, 4NA or so. But I had some Joico lingering in my closet cabinet, and I said, why not? I love Joico Lumishine Liquid Demis. You guys know I've always loved this line. If you're an OG Brett Ryan supporter, I used to use this for root toning and lowlights and all over colors all the time. And I've been falling back in love with it again. And it covers really well. It's very opaque. So I'm using that 4N, just simple 4N with 5 volume dedicated developer, and I'm applying all over her root area, and we're gonna let her sit and process for about 30-35 minutes. And while she's doing that, I'll go in and retape all those extensions, and I'll show you a little bit of that in a second.
this happy fast.
So when retaping here in the colder months in New York, it's really easy. It comes right off. You peel it from the corner. But during the summer, as I said, it's a little bit more gooier and you got to really work at it. So I try to take my weave comb and I go from the corner, try to drag it down a little bit, and then I'll have my assistant who wasn't here today. So I ended up having my client who's really cool. We're good friends. Just put the tape on the foil. That's a little trick I like to use. Just take it off and have it put right on a foil because it does get a little sticky. Hey guys, so we colored her hair. Look at that root, nice and beautiful. The shine, we didn't tone it, we don't need to. It lightened up and started matching these perfectly. So now I split the shorter pieces over here for the front and then the longer pieces for the back here. And I told her hair's looking great. It's getting so long now we don't have bleach on it. And next time we'll just dust it a little bit because even though we're not dyeing her hair, like bleaching it or anything or permanent color, you still want to get the dead ends off at the end every couple months, and it's been months since we've been doing this. So all right, I'm going to start applying the tape ends. I'll show you some of the process in a minute. Now when it comes to applying, there's so many different ways you can do this. It's all about the artistry in everything I do. So me, I go by the person's head. There are no two heads that are the same. There are no two clients who are identical, and you got to go with what you feel and what they need. With her, I like to do a horizontal up the back. Sometimes you always have to remember you have to brick lay. I'm going to have an in-depth video coming, and I also wanted to make an announcement here on my YouTube channel that from now on, you guys know I never was big with extensions. I would do tape-ins for selected clients who are really loyal only, that have been with me for a while, but starting in a couple of weeks, I will be opening my doors and my schedule for clients who want hand-tied extensions as well as tape-ins. So I'll be doing clip-ins, tape-ins, and hand-tied extensions. So I know this is going to bring a whole new clientele to me as well, and I'm excited for it. You know, I was certified by Jay-Z Styles, which is Jesse's line. Jessie Nadekara, Jay-Z Styles. You can look her up here on YouTube. She's the reason I even started doing hair, and it's been 3 years, August 18th, just a couple of days ago. So it's amazing to me. I have to pinch myself that I'm where I'm at right now in 3 years' time since graduating hair school. But I owe Jessie a lot, and I've learned so much from her. She invited me last year to her extension certification, and I suggest you look into it if you have been interested in extensions as well. You learn all the basics, the foundations. You're not going to be a pro the first day, but you get everything you need, and you can practice, practice, practice. It's like a 6 to 8 hour class. It's amazing. She travels all over the United States, so totally check her out. And now I'm going to show you guys as I apply them. You'll notice I brick lay. You always want to make sure that one is overlapping another as you work your way around the head because you never want there to be any gaps. As I said, I will have an in-depth video coming soon. Let me know down below if you also want to see an in-depth hand-tied extension video and you want to see videos of extensions. I want to know if this is something you guys want to see. If not, I'll just keep it with the color, or let me know if you want to see all kinds of stuff. You guys, I also wanted to mention, because I know a lot of you are going to wonder, I am using the Brook in Bentley in 22 inches. And Jesse's color is all done by different names for each and every color extension. It's really unique, really cool, so look into it.
This happy fast.
All right, guys, these are her tape-ins. They're back in. Look how good this quality of hair is. This is like 5 months now that we've had it. And look how beautiful. Now I'm going to curl it, but before I curl it, I'm just gonna make sure that we just dust the bare minimum off the ends, because this is real hair. You guys gotta remember, you gotta dust those ends off too. But you can see how I put them back in. After the first time with tape-ins, you start getting, well, with any extension, you get knowing what bit is better where. The client will tell you where she likes them better or more comfortably. And I always put one in the front right here so that we can flip, and it flips down. This is her dominant part. She has fine hair, so I always leave like this much without any extensions, just because we don't want them to grow out and then start showing or anything like that. And her hair is very fine. So now I'm just gonna dust off the bare minimum. Then we're gonna curl them and I'll show you guys what they look like. And once again, mind you, we only did her root touch up. We still have not touched the color on her ends. That's just a natural eye. I picked them and then I matched it perfectly before it was even in her head. Like, she was like, wait, it looks kind of light, but guess what? It blended seamlessly. And now as her hair just fades, her natural hair just gets better and better. So I love blending extensions. My favorite part's cutting. And I will be doing extensions full time again. I either announced that I'm gonna be doing extensions again already before this video came up, or it will be announced soon. It probably was already announced. So yeah, if you're in the area and you wanna get some extensions done, or you're a client of mine, now I do book extensions. So yeah, all right, that's why I want to make this video, so you guys can see what goes into extensions. And this is just tape ends. I'm gonna have plenty more videos coming of hand-tied extensions. All right, I'm gonna finish up and I'll show you the end result.
This happy festival.
All right, guys, I love you all so very much. Turn to the side, let them see the front. Look at that color too, it's just growing out. All we do is touch the root. You can't see the extensions at all. And this color blends with her color so naturally, and I actually picked the color. I never tone them together, so that's how good my eye is for blending. All right, guys, I love you all so very much. As always, so long for now.
Better off, I'm gonna find my way tonight. Way tonight.